YouTube, what is up, guys? Welcome back to the Power 9 quest. This is story time today, okay? I'm not doing a box opening. I am going to tell the story of the first two beta starter decks I've opened, which are already uploaded onto my channel. You can watch them if you already haven't. I will be uploading my third beta starter deck opening tomorrow, and I think the story about these two will make tomorrow's video better. At the very least, it's going to make it easier to understand because I'm kind of a rambling maniac in tomorrow's video. But my first two beta starter decks were God packs. That's when you get, instead of 2 rares, you get 15 rares, which before me, I think it happened once. And I just, it's insane to me that I said screw it, and I got beta sealed product, and I opened one, and it was a God pack. I was like, to me, it's like, that's just, I'm not a lucky person in life, but I have been very lucky when it comes to old Magic, and it does not go lost on me. I actually still can watch that video, and I still, like, my heart starts beating. It's just such a cool moment. If you guys haven't seen them, go watch. A little bit about myself. My name is Andy. I started doing YouTube years and years ago. That led to me now, this is my third YouTube channel, but the first YouTube channel has almost 3 million subscribers. I do really well with it. From the success of that, I have 3 skateboarding businesses. I have a children's clothing line. I have an online skate shop. And then I have a property management company. So I never in a million years that I thought I'd be doing any of those things, much less all of those things at once. But YouTube is what kind of promotes it all, and it keeps me going. And as you get older, you try to find those things that make you feel young again and that you couldn't do as a kid. And I have never stopped opening card packs. So I got to the point where I'm in a good spot in my life, and I'm like, what could I do that I couldn't do back then? And I was like, oh my gosh, old Magic. And I actually had an unlimited, I had 2 sealed unlimited starter decks just because I'd always bought packs, and I played Magic since I was a kid. I'd always get pre-constructed decks and play. Like, that never went away. But I never considered searching out old Alpha, Beta, Unlimited and owning it, especially opening it. Like, opening it was like, you're ruining it. What are you doing? But I realized opening it is like what it's for. And the longer I wait, the crazier and harder it's going to be to find them. And I was sitting there one day and I watched a bunch of open boosters channel videos, and I looked over at my unlimited starters, and I'm like, I'm doing it. I am opening those too. And I did. And I didn't get anything. I got bad. I got like a Winter Orb and a Fork. And an Island Rare. I forget what else I got. But, I mean, a Fork and a Winter Orb are cool. Don't get me wrong. But I didn't get any, like, the Dual Lands or Power 9. And then it just set it off in my head. I was like, all right, you know what? I'm going to go look for beta starters. That'd be so rad. And I found one, and I got it. And it was on the way, and I found one more. And I was like, these are kind of hard to get. I should just get another one. I can open one and have one just for keepsake and say I have a piece of Magic history. I had it. And I had them both, and I was staring at them, and I was like, all right, today's the day. I'm going to open a beta starter. And since I was already on YouTube, I filmed it just because if I pulled a Black Lotus, I would at least put it on my main channel. That's God pack number 1. That broke my brain. I was like, wow, I didn't get any Power 9 or anything crazy. Like, I got some really good cards. I did get crazy things. Sorry. I got a Time Vault. You know what? I won't spoil it. Just go watch it. Super good starter deck. I was so happy that I opened it up. And I saw the other one, and I was like, all right, there's no way I would get that lucky twice. A couple weeks later, it was just sitting there, and I was like, huh, I'm going to research this. Why did that happen to me? And I found out why the God packs were made is that at the end of the print run, there were all of these rares that got just put in the uncommons tray. And I was like, oh, wait. I got these starter decks from the same seller, so it probably came from the same box. And if that's true, if one God pack got printed, the next one, the tray of uncommons that had rares in them while they were finishing out the printing run, would just keep going into the next starter deck. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's probably another God pack. And I was like, I've got to open it. So I don't know if it's like 2 to 3 weeks after the first opening, and I opened it, and that was just unreal. Like, whoa, okay, I got 2 power. You know what? I wanted to say. I'm not going to say, just go watch it if you already haven't, but I got really good cards. It just been a dream of mine. I'll say it. Okay, I got Power 9. You heard me right there. I got some Power 9 in it, and I just, through all of this, like the unlimited openings, the beta starter decks, I was like, if I just pull 1 Power 9 in my life, I'll be happy. I'll be like, whoa, I never thought I'd be able to do that. And then after this, I was like, wait, if these are God packs, and my hypothesis was right because they came from the same seller, the first God pack, and then I thought about it, I found out how the God packs were created, the second was a God pack. This person might have a box, and they might have more of these. So I contacted them, and I was like, hey, I'm really interested in more starter decks. Will you sell me one? And they were like, no. we actually just sold another one right after we sold you the second one. We're not selling anymore. And I'm like, I'm crushed. For one, there's another God pack out there. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, there's another God pack out there. I missed out on it. All right, this is part of the story. I got the Mox Emerald in my God pack too. So I was like, that is right next to the Black Lotus. So like, it's most likely, this is me, like my mad scientist brain is starting to happen, okay? And I'm like, the Black Lotus is in that one. It is somewhere, and I can't buy it. And I'm like, all right, calm down, Andy. Okay, although if you look at the rare sheet and you look at how I pulled the cards in God pack number 2, it jumps around a lot. So it could completely be realistic that if that third one was a God pack, the Black Lotus doesn't necessarily have to be in it. So I'm like, all right, calm down. I go like this. All right. And then so when they say they won't sell anymore, it tells me like, well, you have more, you just don't want to sell them. And I'm like, all right, so what if I bought 2 and I paid X amount? And he was like, hold on one second. And then he hit me up a few hours later. He was like, yes, we will do that. So the same people that sold me the first 2 God packs were sending me 2 more beta starter decks from the same box. At least I was fairly certain it was from the same box. Cool. So 2 starter decks are coming. 2 in this God pack series saga are on the way to me. Now I start running numbers. I'm like, okay, there's 15 rares per starter deck. There's 117 rares on the print sheet, and I start doing numbers. I was like, okay, so it's gonna take 120 rares, it's gonna take 8 starter decks. So I'm thinking this, I'm like, all right, if there's 2 starter decks, that's 30 of the rares. The other, almost 90 rares are gonna be in 6 starter decks. The Black Lotus wasn't in the first 2, and I'm getting 2 out of the next 6 that could potentially be a God pack. I'm like, just assuming that the next in this box are God packs, and it's gonna have X, and it's gonna have all these cards and blah, blah. I'm like, sure of it. The more I think about it, the more it makes sense, and I'm just like, all right, so I pretty much have a 30% chance because there's 6 more starter decks to go in the set if it was printed front to back in these God packs, and 2 out of 6 is 33.3% repeating. If you follow me along, this might sound crazy. And I'm like, all right, bummer. It's going to be heartbreaking if it's in that third one that I didn't get, but I have a 33% chance if these are God packs, it could contain the Lotus. I might have just sounded crazy. I'm telling you, it's a mad scientist brain, but that is where I'm going. That is what we're walking into this third starter deck. My mind is everywhere. I'm crazy. I'm absolutely certain it's a God pack, and I think I have a 33.3% chance that one of these 2 starter decks are going to contain the Black Lotus. So I can't really say anything until tomorrow, until you watch the video, but that is what happened leading up to this third beta starter deck. Now, there you guys go. This story continues on. If I have to do more story time videos, I might. I think I might just put it into the beta starter deck openings videos as it goes, but I wanted to tell you everything about that. And then as I do these openings, eventually I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm going to start a channel, and I get better. The camera angles are so terrible on so many of these openings, and it's a shame. The first 2 videos, the God packs, I definitely got some comments. Most of it was just awesome feedback and people that were excited, and I just want to thank you so much. That means the world. But some of it were absolutely excited, like, oh, nice fake cards, they look glossy, blah, blah, blah. It's just the internet, and absolutely, if you guys don't want to believe me, that is completely fine. I personally think that if you don't believe or like something in life, instead of paying attention to it, why don't you just put your time and effort into something you do care about, instead of just focusing on any sort of negative thing or feeling in your life. But that being said, if you guys didn't believe the first 2 beta starter decks, you're definitely not going to believe what comes next. In fact, I don't really believe what comes next over the next few old openings. It's bonkers. And honestly, when I started seeing those comments, I was like, man, I don't want to deal with the internet. This is just exhausting. I don't want to deal with these negative comments. I'm just trying to tell my story here. I was half tempted just to stop doing this. I was like, dude, I've got enough on my plate. I'm doing this as a passion project and for fun, and I do not want to sit here and deal with just negative people online, because I've experienced that my whole life in my main career. Plus, why would I fake it? The reason why you'd fake something is to create worth and gain and get somewhere. And look at my videos. If I wanted to just fake anything, I would fake a bunch of crazy Pokemon openings, because that's where the views come from. Like, there's just Pokemon views are nuts on card openings, and which I love Pokemon. I love doing it, but I'm not going to sit here and I'm going to do the Magic ones that I love too, and the Star Wars and all this stuff, no matter what views it gets. So if I'm going to fake anything, I'm not going to put money into getting fake Magic packs. I'm just not. Go look at the views. They're just not there. And it's like, if I was creating fake cards to sell them or whatnot, that has nothing to do with a YouTube video. Absolutely nothing. So I was like, all right, whatever. And then I just settled down. And I was like, oh yeah, it's the internet. I shouldn't care. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tell my story. Believe it. Don't believe it. That is entirely up to you. I'm just going to put it out there, and hopefully it's entertaining. You guys can, those of you who want to go along the ride with me on this journey, you guys get to and enjoy it. And I appreciate everyone who's actually doing that. This is a wild ride. Okay, and it's gonna go on for a long time because I only upload these about twice a week. Sorry, every 2 weeks. But it is a journey. So that being said, that was a long talk. If anyone actually listened to that, there you guys go. The beta starter deck 3 comes out tomorrow. And also, one more thing concerning the Power 9 that I have pulled, and the fake comments. I guess that kind of addresses this too, or the comments about them being fake. I have decided to actually get them graded. Now, I'm not going back on what I said. I don't want to get them graded. I want to actually have the cards in my hands. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy some decent raw copies, okay? Ones that have had some play that I can get for a better deal than if I bought a fresh graded one. And then I'm gonna get my ones graded. I'm actually gonna film a video eventually of me flying down to Beckett and doing it all there, and then I will show you guys what they got graded. I do like the idea of having them graded to see what they get. So if I happen to get a second copy of it, a worn out copy, I will absolutely get them graded. Tune in tomorrow. Story time is done. If you actually listen to all that, let me know in the comments, and I will digitally high-five you. Or at least I'll try to. When I read comments, when I go through comments, I will. Thank you guys. More pack openings on the way. And that's it. You guys have a fantastic day. Outro, take it away. Well, you guys gotta stop rhyming. Okay, wow. I cannot believe you're hearing these words right now because that means you just watched this whole video. This is not normal. I'm usually just opening up packs, but if you want to see more of anything that I just talked about or actual card openings, hit the subscribe button and I would appreciate it. I think that tie you're wearing looks fantastic.